there, welcome to Communications Campaigns Week 12. This is Professor M, and this week starts on April the 10th. And I just wanted to recap where we are. Last week we read about video and podcasting and about news releases. And so both of these could be things that you could incorporate into your campaign for this final project. And your homework for this week is going to be due on April the 16th. You're going to need to read chapters 20 and 21, which talks about your newsroom and the new rules for reaching the media. And for your project, we're starting to pull it together. We've got about 3 more weeks to go. And in the discussion board forum, what I'm looking for is for you to help each other with your projects and to really pull things together, give each other feedback on ideas of things that could be used to enhance your campaign, make it more effective. So let's go back to the framework that we've been using in the process and talk about where we are. So we talk about the API model, assessing. I'd like you to just go back this week and look at your audience research and your tactics, and based on where we are in the semester and what we've read so far, figure out if you need to do any adjustments in the assessment phase, or if you feel pretty confident that you've got that well in hand. And then for the planning phase, review where you are. Do you have any open issues? Are there any things that you still are not clear about in terms of your plan? We've talked about messaging, we've talked about tactics, we've talked about your ideal client or your target avatar, and done all the stakeholder research. And so want to make sure that you're prepared to deal with any kind of curveballs that might come up when you get to the I phase, which is the implement phase. And then also, as you think through your evaluation phase, if there's anything else that needs to be worked out in that aspect of your campaign. So we're putting each of the building blocks together each week, but I'd like you to go back and just do a once-over review now that we've read a lot more tactics and some case studies and best practices of how different organizations are using these different tactics to get their message out. So let's get a little bit of a recap from what we read last week on video and podcasting. So if you think about video and podcasting, it may require some kind of an investment on your part, whether it's a microphone or a video camera or special software. In the past, corporate videos were very expensive, had big budgets, but now we've gotten to the point where you can shoot a video on your smartphone or on your webcam on your desktop, like I am for these videos. But you could, now embed your video into a blog or into your website, and you basically just record things and then do a little post-production work in things like iMovie, and then you can upload to YouTube, which is what I've been doing for this semester to communicate with you guys. The book talked about Mary McKnight, who created YouTube videos, and that's how she grew her audience. And so YouTube is a really good way to get your brand out there, and you might want to think about in your campaign if there's a creative way that you can use YouTube to talk to your audience. But some of the best practices are posting your videos to YouTube or Vimeo, having your own video channel, which is what I set up for this semester so that you could just go directly to my videos. Again, embedding them into your blog. And then the other thing you could think about is having customers create videos for, say, a contest or to promote what it is that you want them to know about. And it's really important that as you're creating these videos that you think about your buyer persona. And as the author has been saying all along, is it's very much about tailoring your content, and that's true for video as well. And one of the examples that they gave was a software company that created targeted videos for specific types of customers that were looking for specific types of products. So that could also be something that you think about in your campaign if that is necessary. And then podcasting, which is something that I think is really interesting, is it's really just a piece of audio content that's tied to a subscription so that people can listen to it and get regular updates. It's like a radio show, and that they can then listen to your episodes at their convenience. And to even get started in podcasting, it requires some equipment, the ability to host the files, and then it's preparing for the show, recording the show, having editing software, having an ability to conduct interviews over Skype or Google Hangouts, being able to tag the audio file, posting it, and then the promotion of it. And you can also have sort of a companion blog that would go along with your podcast. So just something else to think about as you are putting your campaign together on how you're going to incorporate video and podcasting into the mix. And I'm not asking that you do create these videos or create a podcast, but if that's something that you're interested in, definitely put that in as a recommendation for some part of your campaign, and be really clear about what your objective is with that. The other thing that Chapter 19 really focused on was news releases, and using news releases. They're not just for the media anymore. They are for consumers. Financial markets are looking at news releases, government agencies, other corporations, your competitors. And so it's really important that when you write your news release to announce something, that you're including language that your buyers are going to be able to relate to, and that you're putting links in your release back to other types of content, and that you're driving people towards some kind of a sales process. So it's really important that you always be issuing press releases to show that you're busy. You don't really want people to come to your media page and find that you haven't updated or created any kind of news release in months. One of the examples that the book talked about was WebEx, and how they were able to effectively use press releases to sell their products and show up in Google search. And so another example was Cruise Compete, which was a cruise line that was able to, as part of their news release strategy, wrote for their buyers, used keywords and phrases that the consumer would use, not jargon that is maybe industry specific. So if there's anything that's really going on in your organization that's newsworthy, it's worth considering putting out a press release, and you would publish it through a news release distribution service, whether it be BizWire or MarketWire or PR Newswire or Cision or Vocus, or some of the providers that are out there today. And then it's important that you utilize RSS feeds to get your reach out there. You then post your web or your press release to your website, and to use your social media channels. And then you would also want to make sure that you're bringing people back to your website. So just some things to think about as you are working through your campaign is where news releases would fit in, where videos would fit in, and where podcasts would fit in, if at all. And so again, your homework is due on April the 16th. I want you to read chapters 20 and 21. Really start to pull together all the elements of your project. Continue to help each other on your campaigns, and I'm really excited about what everyone is putting together. I like what I'm seeing, and I think that if you could just continue to incorporate feedback that I'm giving each of you on your individual campaigns, by the end of the semester, I think you'll have a really well put together plan that's well researched and in a lot of detail that will really get you the results that you're looking for. So again, good luck this week, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I am always here for you. Thanks, and have a great day.